So you're thinking, is a PhD for me? I think everyone who considers doing a PhD has this question and these thoughts, these doubts, and it is important to think about it and to consider if this is the right path for you. Even people during their PhD, like myself, still have these questions sometimes, and the doubts creep in during this journey. And it definitely is a journey that you go on. So I think when you're considering doing a PhD, you need to remember that research is a long-term commitment. And if you're not deeply interested in your area of research, it will be quite hard to stay motivated, especially when challenges arise. And as researchers, we know that with research always comes challenges. So when you're considering doing a PhD, and I did the same, you should think about why you want to do further study. So maybe it was a research project that didn't quite feel finished, or maybe you have questions that you would like to explore further. Maybe a member of academic staff has said, you should consider doing this. And for me, it was a combination of things. So it kind of started as an undergraduate student. At that point, I didn't think about doing a PhD. It wasn't on my radar at all. Yeah, going through the motions of my undergraduate degree. And I became interested in a particular module. And this led to me speaking to the module convener about exploring this interest further. This then fed into doing a master's by research, and even when I was studying my master's by research, I didn't really consider doing a PhD. I didn't know if it was for me until I'd actually submitted my thesis. So I spoke with my supervisor about it. I thought about questions and further things that I'd want to explore. So I knew I was definitely interested in this specific area of research, and it was something that I could take further. So I would recommend speaking to, other PhD students or academic staff, and yeah, thinking about if this is for you based on what other people say as well in their journeys. You might also be thinking, okay, I'd like to do a PhD, but I'm not sure about the research area or my topic. And I think you shouldn't pick something that sounds impressive or pick something because you think you should. You need to think about what is important to you. For example, finding an intersection between what excites you, what skills you have, or what skills you'd like to develop, and what has meaningful impact and what this means for you. My research has developed over time and it's still developing mid-PhD, so you have to be flexible and often adapt parts of your research, but it's important to know that you don't have to have everything figured out at the very beginning. That's what doing a PhD is for.